the key to harmony.
Good day and welcome back to Health Focus with Value Life Dietitians, your go-to space for health, wellness and everything in between. I'm Yolinda Dippenaar and I'm a registered dietitian with Value Life Centurion. Today is a special one because we are talking about true beauty and how it flows from inside out. We're diving into hair and health and hormones and even your spirit and how everything is beautifully connected. Let's talk about hair as the window of your health. Hair strength, texture and growth is the body's way of waving a little red flag saying, maybe we have deeper issues. For example, the thyroid gland, it has a huge role in our overall health. It helps regulate metabolism, energy levels, mood, and yes, your hair growth. When your thyroid isn't functioning well, you might notice thinning of hair, unexplained fatigue, or sudden weight gain or loss. More little red flags can be iron deficiency or emotional exhaustion. So here's a couple of nuggets to support iron, hormonal, and thyroid health. Make sure you get enough iodine and selenium in foods like eggs, nuts, and fish. Focus on whole foods rich in zinc, like pumpkin seeds and lentils. Omega-3s found in flax seeds, avocados, and fatty fish. This is very important. And then also iron sources. We know that meat is very high in iron, but also dried beans, nuts, and dried fruit. I always give my little children maybe 2 tablespoons of raisins because it's so high in iron. This helps to push up their iron levels. I'm joined here today by lovely Helsa from Retro Flair, and she's not only a hairstylist, she transforms lives one client at a time. She's the heart behind the chair. Helsa, welcome with us today. I'm so glad that you are here with us.
Good morning, Yolinda. It's nice to be here with you.
Tell me, what happens in your chair?
Well, what happens in my chair, I would say, is magic. Once you sit in my chair, there's actually a lot of things happening. There's a life change. I think we touch a bit on identity when you sit in my chair. My chair is a safe space. It is where you trust me not just with your hair, but also with your life, with your problems and your, just the burdens that life comes with it. So yeah, in my chair, we discover who you are. What do you like? What do you not like about yourself? And what kind of a trend do you want to follow? What do you want to look like? And while the magic is happening with the hair, then, as hairdressers, we tend to throw in a little bit of a counseling session, maybe do some soul searching. We listen to your problems. We love to pray with you about it. And then by the time you're done, I think you walk out as a new person. And that's why I say we touch on identity. You walk out feeling comfortable in who you are, knowing where you fit in, and also knowing that you are beautiful and you are strong and you can conquer the day.
And you feel heard because someone listened to me.
Yes.
And I could have sit there and open up my heart and someone just heard me.
Yeah, that is what we are there for.
When we touch a little bit on iron deficiency, what do you see?
Iron deficiency plays a very big role in your hair. People don't always realize it. They come into the salon and they complain about the hair being dull and brittle. They complain about hair loss and hair is just not right. And then automatically people think that my shampoo is not right, my hair care ritual is not right, or maybe I'm stressing too much. So my first question is always, when was the last time that you had your iron and your thyroid tested? For me, it is very quick. We can see quickly that when the hair falls more drastically, you have your season change hair loss, but then you have drastic hair loss. And when drastic hair loss comes with dull and brittle hair, thinning of hair, then there's a very big chance that it is iron deficiency, because that is what iron deficiency does. It breaks the hair, it messes with the hormones, it makes the hair weak, and that is why we always say, and the thyroid also, has an impact on your hair growth. So a lot of times people will say, why is my hair not growing? And that obviously goes with your hormones. So yeah, the iron can do a whole lot on your hair.
Hormone imbalances like PCOS, perimenopause, even after giving birth, does that have an effect?
That has a massive effect on your hair. I can speak out of my own life. I have 2 girls, And after I had my first daughter, I actually went back to the doctor to say, listen, I think I'm going to lose all my hair. And he was like, no, it's just a hormone imbalance. Go on with your Pregivites as you did before, especially when you're breastfeeding. And then when I had my second child, the same thing happened. So by then I knew. So I say to all my mothers while they're pregnant and afterwards, remember, you are going to lose some of your hair. It is normal. Just make sure you have a well-balanced diet. Make sure that you keep taking your Pregivites, especially if you're breastfeeding, because just because the pregnancy is finished doesn't mean the body has restored itself. Yes. And anything in the body that is not healthy affects the hair.
Yeah, because the pregnancy takes so much nutrition out of yourself. So for instance, if you don't have enough calcium, your body will take the calcium out of your bones and use that for the baby. So you'll have consequences of calcium deficiency, for instance. So yeah, it's very daunting on your body.
Yeah, we see a lot of hair loss, especially after. So it normally happens 3 months after the baby is born. So it doesn't happen immediately. You have a 3-month period where your body still thinks it's pregnant. And then after that, when it starts regulating itself, then there's a 3-month where you have extensive hair loss. And that's where I say boost those whites. There's nothing that we can do in a shampoo or anything to help you with that. That is a healthy diet, lots of calcium, your vitamin A, C, D, E, those kinds of things, your zinc. So those are the things that you would need.
Yeah, and that's the time when they can come and see me, no?
Yes, that's when I send them to you.
Yes, and then we can look at also when people breastfeed, there's a lot of food that they have to avoid when breastfeeding.
Yes.
Not to affect their baby, and then again to boost themselves and all the right kind of food so that they actually have enough to produce the healthy, nutritious milk that your baby needs.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Let's reflect on something deeper. When a woman feels beautiful and really, really seen, what happens?
When a woman feels beautiful, she's radiant. You can see that she literally shines. You can ask any husband that has ever made his wife a hair appointment. She will come home, he might not notice that she cut 10 centimeters off her hair or that she changed her color.
But he should.
But he probably won't. But what he will notice is that she has confidence. She has joy. She has, it's almost like an empowerment. She knows that she is beautiful. She knows that she can conquer the world. And that spills over in her house. It spills over her children because she teaches them the value of taking care of yourself. A simple thing like nice smelling hair, soft hair, it just makes you feel beautiful. And when you walk into your office or your workspace and you have that empowerment and you have that confidence, then you walk into that client meeting where you feel, I already have the deal, I haven't even spoken yet. You just walk in with that confidence.
I can say this morning, my 15-year-old boy, he gave me a hug and said, "Oh, your hair smells nice, Mommy." I says, I feel very beautiful now because actually 15-year-old boys, he saw that or smelled that.
Yeah, it makes a massive impact. And like I say, if you take the week before you have to do your hair, take any office space, take a family, and now hubby wants to take his wife out and she goes, "No, can we just do this next week? Because I have to go do my hair. I'm grey, my skin is dull, I have wrinkles, my clothes don't fit." Then she comes out of the hair salon, all we did was her hair. And we invested in her soul. We invested in who she is as a person. And then she goes home and suddenly there's no wrinkles, the clothes fit better, and she's like, "Are you taking me out on a date?" So it changes the whole perspective of your life.
Yeah, she's all positive and
Yes.
the negativity is gone.
Yes.
How often would someone come to you?
So every appointment differs. When you do color, you would come every 4 to 6 weeks. So when it's a root touch-up, we do anything from 3 to 4 weeks, depending if you are very gray or if your shade differs far from your natural color. When you just want to do a toner, so that is for those clients that are blonde and they feel the blonde's going brassy, we can do anything from 4 to 6 weeks. Highlights is something that we would do anything from 6 to 8 weeks, depending also if you look in the mirror and you feel, I want to do it now, you want to do it now. Depends from person to person. Children, if you want to grow the hair, then you would only come every 8 to 12 weeks because the average person's hair grows 1 centimeter a month. If you cut every 4 weeks, you're taking that centimeter off. So there will be no growth. You will only gain or maintain your style. If you want to have growth, then you'll come 2 to 3 months later. So that we take the 1 centimeter off and you've gained 2. Gents come anything from every 3 weeks to 4 weeks because they like to be well groomed. And then your typical just cut and blow is normally special occasions. Treatments, I would recommend them once a month. You have your clients that can only do them once every 2 months, but if you have a nice treatment at home, I recommend once a month.
And also, can I use any shampoo and any treatment at home, or what would you recommend? And how often should I wash my hair? How often should my little girl wash her hair?
That is a very good question. So shampoos from salons are very concentrated. So you use small amounts and you would shampoo your hair once, and if it doesn't foam, you would rinse half of it, shampoo a second time, and then you will see the foam build up. If you use a sulfate-free shampoo, you won't have the foam. Sulfate-free shampoos are very good for your hair because it has less chemicals and it doesn't dry the hair out. But we all feel if there is no foam, then the hair is not clean.
Yeah.
So that is personal preference. I know how good sulfate-free shampoo is. I prefer to not use it because I want foam. When you shampoo your hair, you shampoo your scalp because the dirt and the buildup is on the scalp. The shampoo that runs through the ends of your hair is enough to clean that hair. When you condition the mid-lengths to ends because that is the hair that needs the nourishment because the scalp produces its own natural oil. If you go and you apply all your conditioner right on your scalp, you're going to end up with oily hair and you're going to say the product is not working. If you cannot afford salon shampoo, then you can always use your supermarket products as long as you use something that has a professional brand. So just try to look for something like LV from L'Oreal or anything that has a professional brand that you at least know they have knowledge of what the ingredients needs to be. For children, if they are very active, they can wash every second day. Normally, you can wash every second to third day. It is not good for the hair to be washed every single day. Teenagers, on the other hand, have hormone problems. So once the hormones kick in, then the hair starts to get oily, the skin goes icky, and they just find that they want to shampoo every day. For them, I would recommend a daily shampoo. So if they do shampoo every day, use a daily shampoo because they are softer, but still try to shampoo every second day. You can use a dry shampoo on those days that you do not wash, but you want to get rid of the oil.
And the shampoo that is specifically branded for kids, is that really true?
Most of them are 2-in-1s, and I honestly, and many people may differ with me, but this is my opinion. A shampoo opens the cuticles up, so it takes all the dirt, so it makes your cuticle stand like this and all the dirt goes out. Conditioner closes the cuticle so that it doesn't tangle and the hair is nice and sleek. So how in the world do you open and close at the same time? So for me personally, I don't like that. Rather just buy them a nice shampoo and conditioner. It doesn't have to be for colored hair, it doesn't have to be for damaged hair. It can just be a daily shampoo. If you use for damaged hair, it's too much protein for them. They don't color their hair, so the protein in the hair is still fine. If you use hydrating shampoo, they don't have dry hair necessarily, so that might give them excess oil. So just try and find something that is a neutral shampoo and conditioner. Like I say, I prefer the daily shampoo. You do get them in all salons. If you want to look in the supermarket, just look for something that's not intense hydrate or intense protein.
Just a normal shampoo, not the one with all the characters on it that they want them to buy because of the marketing.
Well, I can tell you this. My girls used the character ones because they thought shampoo was foam bath as well. So while they're still in that phase, buy them because they're going to end up using it as foam bath. When they get older, especially when they go to their teenager years, then they can understand that shampoo is expensive and we use it for our hair. And if you take good care of your hair, then you won't struggle with it. So then I would say look for something that's more appropriate for them. And there's no problem if a child uses mom's shampoo. Just don't use mom's Kerastase or her very expensive shampoo if you're going to waste it.
My little girl, she has curls like yours. Is there a different care method for her to use on her hair? Also, when we think about our ethnic hair, is there different procedures to follow there as well?
Yes, we have Caucasian hair, and that is more moisture. Our hair is composed of more moisture and very little protein. That is why when we do highlights and the highlights eat the protein or the color eats the protein out of the hair, our hair can get damaged very quickly. Ethnic hair is a very strong hair. It has more protein and less moisture. That's why they can put their hair through so much and the hair doesn't break necessarily, but they also have very dry hair because they don't have that moisture that we have. Curly hair is the same as, it falls under the same as ethnic hair because curly hair is always drier than straight hair. Curly hair needs more moisture, and when you find a lot of frizz in your curly hair, it's because you need that. You need a more intense mask. My curly ritual, for instance, because I've got the curly hair, is I shampoo my first shampoo with the normal shampoo that has sulfate in it, because I like the foam, like I said. Then my second shampoo, I use a sulfate-free, because then I know my hair's clean. So I do the sulfate-free because it's softer on the curls. Then I use my curling conditioner, which has a lot more moisture than any other of the conditioners. I rinse my conditioner, and after that, styling-wise, I still put a curling cream that I leave in my hair. So you can still then do a gel or a spray or anything on top of that. But the curly routine is longer and takes a lot more product than what your straight hair does. For the ethnic ladies, they need to do more moisture. So when they do their relaxers, you'll see that they use a lot of moisture. So oils, and sometimes their hair is super shiny. It's because their scalps are very dry. So there's lots of products on the market for ethnic hair, especially salon products. Amazing things like there's Ladine, for instance, there's Mizani, there's a lot of ethnic products, and they are all very good. So for them, it's a whole different routine than your Caucasian hair, but they can also still feel beautiful and have the same results as us.
When a woman feels radiant, it overflows. It overflows into her home, into her marriage, into her children, and even into her workspace. So ladies, take this as a reminder. You are seen and you are loved, and you are made for a purpose, from your roots to your body and soul. We'll see you next time on Health Focus. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until then, stay well, stay nourished, and stay rooted in the truth that you are truly beautiful.